Hi Dhawan, hey Vivan. Um, we are a minute away from going live. I think I'm already live, but we'll start in a minute. I hope you can hear me. Please tell me if you can hear me. That'll be great help. Oh, you, yes, okay. All right. Wonderful. All right. All right, so it is 5:30 and we will be starting today's stream. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for joining. As you can see my screen today, we are talking about Jerry Maguire. Now, a wonderful movie came out in 1996. But that is not what we are just talking about. So today's topic is, and you might already know this, today's topic is um, mission statement. And obviously, it's linked to Jerry Maguire. How is it linked to Jerry Maguire? We'll see that. But before that, my favorite thing to do is drum roll, please. Right, we are back. So, before we begin today, let me just clarify. Mission statement falls into the subject of business policy and strategic management. And it is quite important. If you were to refer to me, it is a very important topic. And nowadays, it's becoming even so popular because of a lot of startups that are coming in, and we will discuss how mission statement is linked to the whole concept of a startup and an entrepreneur. So let's go ahead, and if you all are ready, so we can go ahead. um, yeah, everyone will discuss that. How does a startup get a mission statement? So let's discuss that. Let's begin and watch this wonderful scene from a movie called Jerry Maguire. And if you guys are ready, we can go ahead and watch it. Okay. Please watch this scene very carefully. And I would be asking certain questions after that. So I really want you to pay attention in watching this scene. Okay. So here goes. Right. So I hope you watched that scene. I hope you understood that scene. So let me give you a little background what is happening in the scene. So this is the opening scene of a movie called Jerry Maguire. And इस scene में you can see Tom Cruise, right? He's the actor of the movie, and Tom Cruise is playing the role of somebody called Jerry Maguire. Now Jerry Maguire एक sports agent है. And one day, rather one night, he gets really inspired to write something called as a mission statement. And he keeps writing. Usko lagta hai main ek page likhunga, but he writes 25 pages, right? And he goes on and on and on, and he's writing things that are so inspiring. Okay, and we will understand what he's writing. But before even we going there, we will understand why is he writing and what happens to him later. So we will touch base on everything, what is happening. um, so he's not an entrepreneur right now, but he's a sports agent, who works for a company, right? But he has these ideas, he has these ideals. So first let's discuss कि mission होता क्या है, what exactly is a mission, right? So, so our English dictionary tells us that mission is an important goal or purpose that is accompanied by a strong conviction. Now, what does that mean, right? It sounds funny to begin with. Funny in the sense that आपके पास बस एक गोल है और आप उस गोल के लिए convinced हैं. That is what a mission looks like, right? So, for example, even if you've got to give a paper, आपका गोल है मुझे वो पेपर देना है, राइट? कैसे देना है, आप क्या लिखेंगे उसके लिए, what steps you would take is something on the lines of a mission statement. Now, mission statement organization के लिए कैसी दिखती है? um, it says that why an organization exists, हम existence में क्यों हैं, is the work of a mission statement. ये रोल होता है मिशन स्टेटमेंट का, वो डिफाइन करता है रोल दैट एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन प्लेज इन अ सोसाइटी. तो सोसाइटी को कैसे हेल्प करेगी ये मिशन स्टेटमेंट, दिस इज व्हाट इट टेल्स, राइट? सो दिस इज सुपर इम्पोर्टेंट टू नो. नाउ मैगवायर क्या लिख रहा था? तो मैगवायर इज दिस गाय, राइट? Tom Cruise, and he's writing his mission statement. Okay, so and I would encourage all of you to write your mission statement, but हम पहले समझ लेते हैं exactly होता क्या है. So business, according to Jerry Maguire, business जो है अब control हो रहा है money से, right? It's being driven by money and machines rather than being driven by clients. So उसका पर्सपेक्टिव ये था एट द टाइम जेरी मैगवायर का कि ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए, इट शुड बी ड्रिवन बाय द क्लाइंट्स रादर देन मनी एंड मशीन्स. सो ही वाज लाइक हमें क्लाइंट्स की केयर करनी चाहिए, चाहे हम लेस क्लाइंट्स लें, इवन इफ वी टेक लेसर क्लाइंट्स, वी शुड केयर अबाउट देम and care about them so that we can nurture them and grow them. So उनके साथ जब वो grow होंगे हम grow होंगे. So any mission of an entrepreneur is generally dictated by service, right? So how will I serve my clients is something that mission statement clearly defines. Okay. um like Vivan was asking, I think, or Dhavan was asking, one of you was asking, right? So mission is essentially driven by the fact that entrepreneurs जो लोग startups करते हैं, right, it is not about money to begin with. If it is about only money, it tends to get stagnant after a point of time, right? So there needs to be a higher purpose to it. So ये mission statement or vision statement, vision हम discuss करेंगे अभी. So mission statement जो होती है एक vision से आती है, it is coming out of a vision, right? So let us say I have a vision to empower 100,000 youth by the end of the year. मैं ये करूंगी कैसे, right? It's like, it seems very nice and it's very flowery and it's very glorified, but how will I achieve it? There are steps that I need to take to do so, and that is what would come in the mission statement. And we will discuss के mission statement में क्या क्या आना चाहिए. So that is also super important, right? So फीचर क्या होता है मिशन स्टेटमेंट का? मिशन स्टेटमेंट का फीचर होता है दैट हु एग्जैक्टली इज द टारगेट ऑडियंस, राइट? सो मैं किसको केटर कर रही हूँ, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दैट शुड बी वेरी क्लियर फॉर एन एंटरप्रेन्योर ऑल्सो. Who am I catering? Who is my target audience? If that line is, that thought process is not clear, then you can't proceed further, because I have to have my टारगेट ऑडियंस वेरी वेरी क्लियर सेट आउट होना चाहिए कि मुझे इन लोगों को सर्व करना है, और मुझे इन ही लोगों से आई विल इवेंचुअली cater to them, and then later I would be paid through them. So you need to define what the business does. Obviously आपका business क्या करता है और ये क्या करेगा for the target audience. So what would it do? What would the target audience है आपको, आप उनके serve कैसे करेंगे? And what are the core values of the business? Now this is very 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 important. Now please remember, any startup or any company for that matter begins with a lot of core values. अगर management की core values defined नहीं है, then somewhere down the line the company might face challenges. इसका क्या मतलब होता है? So even if you look at Tata's core values, वो integrity के बारे में बात करते हैं, unity के बारे में बात करते हैं, reliability, accountability के बारे में बात करते हैं, right? So what are these? These are the core values. Similar to an individual's core values, right? हर individual की 4-5 core values होती है, right? So I'll give you an example. So if mine are sovereignty, peace, accountability, and obviously adventure, playfulness. So that those are some of my core values, right? So I live by that. So integrity is also one of them. So all these core values, if are not defined for you as a person, up you will be like a leaf in the wind, right? You will always keep blowing. So people would might take advantage of you if you have not defined your core values, right? So that is how businesses should also define their core values, and this is super important. And I've listed down Tata's core values. I'll give it to you later. But before that, I just want to give you an example. So हम पहले HCL, I think most of you must have heard about HCL, right? HCL का vision देख लेते हैं एक बारी. So HCL का जो vision है वो ये कहता है कि our vision is to be a global leader in providing highest IT solutions and services. We strive to exceed our clients' expectations and create a workplace in which all employees thrive in a collaborative environment that celebrates excellence. Now, अगर आप इन शब्दों को देखें, ध्यान से देखें, please look at it nicely, right? So now what is happening here? These are very big words, right? So मुझे global IT leader बन जाना है और मुझे सर्व करना है अपने क्लाइंट्स को और एक्सीड करनी है क्लाइंट्स की एक्सपेक्टेशन. ये सब बताया यहाँ पे, बट हम कैसे करेंगे ये सब ये नहीं बताया, बिकॉज दिस इज अ विजन, राइट? विजन मीन्स अ लॉन्ग टर्म विजन जो मुझे चाहिए फॉर माई कंपनी. फ्यूचर में ऐसा होगा, मैं ग्लोबल लीडर बन जाऊंगी, लेकिन ये नहीं बोला मैं कैसे बनूंगी. सो कैसे पार्ट इज योर मिशन स्टेटमेंट, राइट? सो here is the HCL का मिशन स्टेटमेंट. नाउ लुक एट दिस, वो क्या बोलते हैं. तो ये सब करने के लिए, ग्लोबल लीडर बनने के लिए, just for them to become a global leader, for them to become, who provides customer service, exceeds customer service key expectations. They have to provide innovative, professional, and personalized services to clients, associates, and employees, and conduct our business for the highest standards of honesty and integrity. Please notice, honesty and integrity इनकी core values हैं. यहाँ पे 2 और points है mission statement के. I have not added them there here, but this is what a mission statement looks like, right? मेरा एक vision है जो बहुत बड़ा है. मुझे दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी कंपनी बनना है, which is a good vision to have. But कैसे करोगे आप? That is your mission statement. How will you achieve that? Okay, and that is super important, and that is what Jerry Maguire was writing in his mission statement. And he was being so he was enlightened and he was inspired at night and at 2 in the morning when he started writing, and he had tears in his eyes, and his veins are throbbing with passion, and he's writing and he's saying that I will have lesser clients, less money, fewer clients, so that I can serve them better, right? And I'll just tell you what happens. बाद में he loses his job that he's doing currently. He gets fired just for writing that, and then later he starts his own company, and that is how generally किसी भी entrepreneur की journey रहती है. So an entrepreneur's journey starts with a vision, and then he or she comes out with a mission statement. Okay, and that is what a mission statement generally looks like. I want to discuss some differences here between vision and mission. I think one of you was also asking, right? So विजन और मिशन में क्या डिफरेंस होता है? तो विजन ऑब्वियसली एक एस्पिरेशन है. It's like I want to be the biggest company ever, which is a good thing. But mission जो है वो एक अप्रोच है कि मैं वो बिगेस्ट कंपनी मैं बनूंगी कैसे, right? So the steps that are involved to become the biggest company is the mission statement that you have to write. Also vision futuristic hota hai in nature. It's something that is, long term. It's in the future. It's not yet achieved. But mission jo hai wo present ki baat karta hai. How will I do this? I will do this by having lesser clients or having more clients. Anything. It can depend upon the type of industry you are in और आप कौन सी कंपनी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं उस पर भी बहुत डिपेंड करता है. Now, it's very important that, leaders should take a stand and write their mission statement. Now, जब leaders की बात हो रही है, I'm talking about the highest level, whoever is leading the organization. Vision एक इफेक्ट है जो मिशन स्टेटमेंट एक कॉज है. सो मिशन स्टेटमेंट ऑब्वियसली कॉज है क्योंकि थ्रू मिशन स्टेटमेंट ही मेरा विजन अचीव होगा, राइट? ऑल्सो हियर दो तीन चीजें और आ जाती है. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट there are something called the objectives and goals जो हमें achieve करने पड़ते हैं. It's not just the mission statement. Mission statement needs to be clear, flexible, precise, to the point. ये सब चीजें हैं. But हम वो achieve जब करने जाते हैं, how would we achieve that? That is through the cause of mission statement, and you will get an effect of the vision. Now remember, like the last point says, vision is long term. मुझे दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी कंपनी बनना है is not a short term goal, right? It's a long term goal. It's not even talking about domestic market में, it's talking about global. जैसे हमने HCL का vision देखा, I want to become a global leader, right? Now global leader बनने में आपको 2 दिन नहीं लगते हैं या 2 साल नहीं लगते हैं. It takes time for you to become a global leader. So that is what mission is for. So mission एक short term आपको points देगा through which you would be able to achieve your vision in the long run, right? So I think that was the content, guys, right? So if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Now would be the right time. Also, I would really encourage you to go ahead and look at the written content. Okay, so I will give you the link for the written content. You can go ahead and find the written content here on the website itself. So I'll just put it in the chat box for you, right? Also, I think it should come over. Yes, right. Also, do remember, you can visit the website and get your free ebook. Okay, so go ahead and get your free ebook. Okay, and now why do I say that? It's because, okay. So Adik says how big a mission to have, right? So like I said, you don't have to have a big mission. It depends. डिपेंड करता है आप क्या विजन बना रहे हैं. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मेरा विजन है मुझे 100,000 लोगों को ट्रेन करना है बाय द एंड ऑफ द ईयर, राइट? दैट इज फॉर मी अ बिग विजन, राइट? उस मिशन को मैं कैसे अचीव करूंगी, मैं उसको डिवाइड बाय 12 करूंगी एंड देन मैं एक मिशन स्टेटमेंट बनाऊंगी. सो मिशन स्टेटमेंट वुड बी समथिंग लाइक, I have to do this with integrity, with honesty, with all the core values of my company. Also I will say कि मेरी customer audience कौन है और मैं इनको reach कैसे करूंगी, how will I reach them, so the steps that I will take, and how will I serve them, so what is the kind of content मैं आदिक को और सारे ऑडियंस को प्रोवाइड करूंगी, so that they know and understand what I am talking about, right? So this content would be differentiated in nature, this content would not be differentiated in nature, ये चीजें जो हैं मैं आपको बताऊंगी, and that is how you would be able to understand and know कि मेरा mission statement क्या है. नाउ जनरली मिशन स्टेटमेंट्स को हम रिवाइज नहीं करते, हम गोल्स और ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को हम रिवाइज करते हैं, बिकॉज दे नीड टू बी फ्लेक्सिबल इन नेचर. However, your mission statement can also be flexible in nature, right? So you have to make it, first you have to make it feasible. आपको अपनी मिशन स्टेटमेंट feasible बनानी है. आपको ऐसे नहीं लिख देना है 2 महीने में I will conquer the world. No, you can't. You have to know that, right? And you have to remember that you can't conquer the world in 2 months, so you have to be feasible with your ideas. अगर आप वही चीज you're writing it for one year, so you probably can achieve it something. तो आपको feasible बनाने हैं, जो चीजें आप achieve कर सकते हैं. So smart goals लेने हैं आपको random goals नहीं लिखना है. So it's not a vision. So यहाँ पे आपको जो चीज आप अचीव कर सकते हैं. I'll also say strategy का part होता है ये, right? So it is a part of strategy. So it's not like you are defining a strategy. So when you are defining a strategy is something that is achievable. ये वो part नहीं है जहाँ पे आप मनोहर कहानियां लिख रहे हैं, right? I hope you understand. It is not like मैं ये भी अचीव कर लूँ, मैं वो भी अचीव कर लूँ, but it's not like achievable. You have not defined कि मैं उसको अचीव कैसे करूँगा या करूँगी, so then it will become very difficult for you. So I hope that makes sense, Adik. I hope आपको समझ आया मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ. Also I'll give you one more link. Okay. So here, what you can do is you can find all the you can find 10 subjects in the ebook, 10 subjects in the ebook through movies. So through storytelling of movies, you can get this. So these 10 subjects includes tax, management, accounts, finance, statistics, and so on. So you just have to go on the website and download this ebook so that you can get a sense of what I'm talking about, right? Strategic management is a very important subject itself, and when you read different kind of strategies, आपको समझ आएगा कि businesses में strategies कैसे बनते हैं. So I hope that is also clear to you. Right? Do you have any other questions, guys? Right. Also, one more thing before I end today's stream. One thing that you can remember, that it should be motivating. Like Jerry Maguire's mission statement was extremely motivating, right? So he had tears in his eyes, right, while he was writing it, because the mission statement itself was very, very motivating to him only. वो उसी को मोटिवेट कर रही थी कि वो इतना पढ़ रहा था उसको और उसको लिख रहा था, and it was motivating him also. So it needs to be motivating as well. So how do you align a team with the mission, right? Good question, Vivan. So you have to align them through the goals and objectives, right? That happens from the top management itself. So management ka vision hai ye, not everybody would understand it, right? So for example, if I were to say that I want to empower 10,000 people by the end of this year, now mera vision hai ye, aapko nahi samajh aayega, right? And this is my vision for the company that I run. Not everybody would understand that, right? So uske liye main mission banaungi, and then I will also devise some goals and ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. सो गोल्स क्या होते हैं? गोल्स बहुत छोटे होंगे, शॉर्ट टर्म होंगे, लॉन्ग टर्म भी हो सकते हैं, बट मैं शॉर्ट टर्म बनाऊंगी जिसके लिए मैं लोगों को हायर करूंगी. एंड फिर उनको ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को अलाइन किया जाएगा. सो ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का ऑब्जेक्टिव है. एंड व्हेन अ पर्सन जॉइन्स अ कंपनी, he or she is expected to work for the organization, right? फिर उनको हम अलाइन करेंगे और उनको बताएंगे कि this is something that we want to achieve, and hence you will be paid for this, right? And that is what jobs are all about. And that is how teams would come into play. Teams को बताया जाएगा हमें इतने month तक, we have to achieve some quantifiable target. So let us say we want to achieve, it could be anything, 50,000 clients, 10,000 clients, anything. It could be anything. So for example, a sales team होगा तो उनको छोटे छोटे targets दिए जाएंगे जो एक बड़े गोल की तरफ जा रहे हैं, right? That is how you align teams. So small goals will make a bigger goal by the end of the let's say a year or a quarter. So that is something the management does again. So that is how it will be aligned. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. So again, we are breaking it down. We will break it down to goals and objectives that we will look into how they can achieve. Right, wonderful, wonderful. So there is something that's very important, and that's Tata K. And I really like Ratan Tata's leadership qualities. Right, Ratan Tata has been one of the best leaders that we have, and some of the qualities and some of the core values that they align with is something that you should know, and they are integrity, responsibility, excellence, pioneering, and unity. So जब वो ऐसी बात करते हैं, this becomes very true for टाटा स्टील एंड टाटा स्टार्टअप्स. ये टाटा स्टील का एक्चुअली ये टाटा ग्रुप की कोर वैल्यूज है. और अगर आप रतन टाटा और जमशेदजी टाटा की लेगेसी देखें, उन्होंने ये सारी वैल्यूज क्रिएट किए हैं. इन वैल्यूज के बेसिस पे सारी टाटा इंडस्ट्रीज चलती हैं. So that is one of the biggest take away from the mission aspect, that core values should be identified and they should be integrated in this mission statement. Super important, right? Guys, I had so much fun as usual. If you have any more questions, you can ask. And if you're not thinking of them right now, that's cool. What you can do is you can go on the website, you can check it out, and you can ask the questions there as well. And I will be sure to answer them. All right. Any tips on writing a mission statement? Yeah, sure. Why not? So, again, like I said, tips would be you would have to understand your target audience. अगर आप कुछ start करना चाह रहे हैं, if you're thinking of who you want to serve, the first thing that you need to know is who is my target audience. मैं किनको serve करूँगा? You need to define what business does, what would your business do for this target audience, right? So I'll tell you, Tata Steel said that they want to strengthen India's industrial base through effective utilization of staff and material. इसका क्या मतलब है कि वो कटिंग एज टेक्नोलॉजी लाएंगे और हाई प्रोडक्टिविटी करेंगे. सो अगेन वो अपनी मिशन स्टेटमेंट में बहुत क्लियर हैं. वो बता रहे हैं कि हम कैसे लोगों के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, राइट? सो they are very clear on the goals that they are describing. Again, you have to they also tell about your core values. मैंने अभी आपको बताया, they are super important. Another tip can be you have to be very feasible when you're writing the mission statement. आप बड़े गोल लीजिए, you have to aim higher, that is all right, but let it be feasible also. You can't be, you can't say that things that are not achievable. So be feasible. You can aim higher, that is not a problem, but you have to be feasible with your goals. It should be clear. Your mission statement should be clear. Your mission statement should be precise in nature. Okay. Also, I think I mentioned it should be motivating. So you can have, because ये आपके अंदर से निकल के आएगी. So this is something that is like literally coming out of you, जैसे जेरी मैगवायर के साथ हो रहा था, right? So Jerry Maguire was like, oh, he was crying. So that is the kind of, generally entrepreneurs, when people who are starting their own thing, they are very, very driven by the whole concept of what they need to do, how they can serve people. So you can also be telling that story. It should also be distinctive. तो मतलब आप अपने बारे में as a company, आपकी company, how is it different from different kind of people, and how you would make a difference in your target customers, right? आप उनकी जिंदगी में कैसे difference बना रहे हैं, that is something that you have to tell. Okay, that is also another important strategy. You also can add growth, stability, and diversification aspect. So how will your mission achieve growth, stability, and diversification, जिस वे से आप बना रहे हैं उसको? So you can tell that as well. So again, super important, right? um, Another thing that is like, how would you achieve this? So how would you achieve these objectives? Like I said, ये मनोहर कहानियां नहीं है. You can't be like, I will do this, I will do that, right? It is not that. You will have to achieve this, and how you will achieve that, you will mention it. So आप उसको quantify करेंगे at one point of time. So quantifying means आप बताएंगे कि इतने time में we will achieve 10,000 customers or 1,000 customers or 5 customers to begin with, right? That is how you will say things. And yeah, that's it. I think that gives you a lot of points. So it needs to be distinctive, it needs to be feasible, it needs to be motivating, it needs to be clear, it needs to be precise. And strategic point of view से proper होना चाहिए. और yeah, and I think I covered all the things, right? I hope that made sense. Right. Right. So one of the things that I would say to you, that go watch this movie, wonderful movie, and you will understand an entrepreneur's journey, and how one can take on different things, and still run the organization, and still have that vision that Jerry Maguire had to begin with. All right. Okay, I think I overshot. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Um, and do visit the site so that you can learn more with movies. And till then, guys, please take care, stay safe, and stay happy. Bye bye.